Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your weekly virtual TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to go over all the shows, films released on streaming over the past week, and of course at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always, live from Houston, Senor Jaime, sorry, aka Chewy. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
Ah, Happy Spring Forward Day. I don't know.
Spring forward, that's right. We lost an hour of
Didn't,
sleep. Very
didn't
excited.
Rubio pass a lot of get rid of this shit? Let's make it permanent. What's the
For
deal, man?
real, it's like the Arizonians do. Don't they say
Yeah,
Arizona? They don't
exactly.
do that? Yeah, right. Yeah, they don't do it in
I
Arizona, right?
know. I know. There's a couple places
Yeah,
that
there could
that
be more in
don't.
one state, but I know Arizona for sure is
Yeah.
one that doesn't do that
God,
whole
but I could have sworn the Senate passed a resolution to get rid of this. I'm like, what's the deal, guys? Come on.
whatever. Yeah, whatever. Gain an hour,
If we,
lose an
if we if
hour.
we can't agree on that as in politics, what the
This
fuck?
country is doomed. It's doomed. I tell you.
Anyway.
But that's not the only bad news, Chewy. There's more bad news, unfortunately. Very
Oh
sad.
no.
Another sad passing in memoriam we need to
Which one? Oh wait.
discuss, and that is, of
Yeah.
course, the untimely cancellation, or timely, depending on who you ask, I guess, of the brother's son on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay. Well, yes. I
Yeah,
mean, I.
not being
Yeah.
renewed, and Michelle Yeoh's show on there, which that's a show I kind of enjoyed,
But
to
I'm
be
not
honest with you.
surprised. I'm not surprised
I'm
you
not, I'm
didn't
not, I'm
do
not saying I'm surprised.
it.
With Netflix, anything can go, but
Yeah,
whatever. It's a
sure.
decent show, but it goes to show you, I guess, it's hard to capture that, anything like martial arts related and stuff like that. Those kind of shows are hard to pick up. It's a very niche kind of thing for American audiences. It really is. Um, but whatever. But on the positive side, I guess we got two renewals. One was Avatar, no big surprise, renewal for two more seasons.
Yeah,
Um,
2 seasons, which
Obviously, it's a
is
very popular show and it's gotten tremendous views. It might not be, consensus not a great show. I don't think it was either. But I renewed, and Upload's coming back for his last season on Amazon.
yeah, season
Yeah,
four. So
season five, last season, of course, on Amazon. So cool
yeah,
show
yeah.
on Amazon. Yeah. So, but yeah, those Asian martial arts shows, they're hard. They're hard to reach. And speaking of which, Warrior is an example of one, which is on Netflix currently right now. You guys should be watching. That needs to pick up
Mhm.
an audience. The show. I really wish
Season
people
three now. Yeah.
will give it a shot. But it is what it is. But again, Warrior, it's still around. That's just a show you need to watch before the brothers done, before anything. That's the show you need to watch. That's all.
It put brothers son to shame. To be honest with
No,
you.
no, yeah, you can't compare the two, but you know what I'm saying. But let's see. Time will tell as far as Warriors is concerned. But again, that 3 seasons on Netflix. But anyway, we're gonna get into what came out. We do a show in 3 sections at the end, of course, letting you know what's coming out. But the first 2 sections will be a quick takes. Gonna go run through some of these shows really quickly, whether you should have them on the watch list or not, and we'll feature one or two shows depending on the week. As far as
Hmm.
giving a little more deep dive to a show that maybe deserves a little more attention than the other one. So let's get started. Chewy, the first one off the gate is Max. It's Sunday primetime slot, Sunday show, and that to me that always raises expectations when they put it on 9 o'clock on Sunday, right? That's the marquee show lineup, and that's The Regime, of course, starring Kate Winslet. It's kind of a satirical comedy, where Wins is like this a diplomat or whatever, I forgot, a chancellor, there we go, of his made up European country, and she's an oddball to say least, and she's navigating the waters of her country and trying to bring him under the regime of the evil U.S. empire, quote unquote. Of course, we're so bad over here. But that being said, Chewy, I'm gonna let you start off on this one. Should this be on the watch list, yeah or nay?
After one episode, absolutely not. I Like I said, I have expectations for a Sunday night, and this ain't it. I mean, I'm not saying it's terrible. I mean, I laughed here and there. It's okay, but I don't expect okay for HBO Sunday night. I want great, and this ain't it. Maybe not after one episode. I'm debating whether to continue with number two tonight.
Agreed. Not on the watch list for me. It didn't work for me.
It doesn't hit.
Yeah.
It just missed. It just
Yeah,
I just
the
yeah.
satire doesn't hit as strong as it should, or it's a little too on the nose sometimes, and the comedy's just not there.
Mm,
It's as simple as
mm.
that. Next one, we had a documentary on Netflix, The Program. This is similar to a prior one that we saw a few months ago.
A
But
little bit,
yeah,
yes.
but these schools, these teenagers, or the, I
Well, the movie we saw was one in Utah, but it was one of these outdoor one.
yes, more
It
like
was it's
yeah,
different. It might be associated with the school system because it's once you investigate, they're all kind of connected. via
Right.
a couple of key individuals.
Yeah, exactly.
How convenient.
There's schools that pop up that reform troubled teens, but what they find is
Yes. Yeah.
some they go through a lot of mental, sexual, physical abuse in these schools, and there's this young girl who was one of the school students there. I guess students use that term loosely. She's made a documentary trying to tell her story, right? With other kids who went to the same
Hmm.
school system and all that. So it was good. I liked it. Put on the watch list. 4 episodes. Very, it's very enjoyable. Like
Three episodes.
three. I'm sorry, 3 episodes. So it was a quick watch for documentary on the watch list. Chewy.
No, absolutely. It
Yeah.
was. I mean, very serious subject matter. I mean, what they went through was it's horrendous. These institutions, highly unregulated, basically, put together ad hoc. Who wants to be leader? You okay? Good, you're in.
Yeah.
Start collecting money and give three shits about actually helping kids in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it made things worse. Um, and it's just sad because it's not like this. It kind of shows how the lack of accountability it is to hold these people who put this shit together and how they can literally get away with it.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy what goes on. It's
yes,
just more of the story. Don't trust any of these quote unquote reform programs.
yeah.
That's for sure. But definitely on the watch list. The next one, Extraordinary, second season 2 on Hulu. This is a kind of a zany comedy in a world where people develop.
I'm
Yeah,
already laughing, dude.
yeah. Well, people who develop superpowers and all that, and really strange and unique powers that they develop. And the story is about this revolves around this one girl who has not developed her power yet. She's at that age, that cusp where she's gonna get him or not. So she's dealing with that. She's a total hot mess. So she's kind of going through her life and et cetera, et cetera. Very funny show. Chewy is the season 2 worthy on the watch list.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's just you just mentioned it, I start laughing because it is very zany. It is out there.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean I mean, and it makes sense. They make fun of a world where superpowers exist, right? So they're trying to be serious. They're not trying to save the world. It ain't the boys by any stretch
Yeah,
of the
this is not a
imagination.
superhero show. And
Yeah, this is people just trying to deal with whatever power they have and taking advantage, not taking advantage, but using it to their benefit, but not in a bad way. But obviously, it's very comedic because the central character didn't develop powers, is not going to develop powers, and so she is, ordinary, I guess, in a world of extraordinary people.
mhm. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. It's funny. It's 30-minute episodes. It's enjoyable. Go back, watch season 1. It's a different kind of show. Might not be for everybody, but different kind of show. Give it a shot. This next one, Netflix, The Signal, this 4-part limited series. It's kind of a science fiction show. We got a young a kid and her father waiting for the mother, like a wife, to come back from a space mission. She's an astronaut, and they do successfully land back on Earth. On the way back on an airplane, the airplane crashes. She ends up dying. Now there's a mystery behind what she discovered. Maybe some sort of alien invasion, something to that effect. Whatever the case is. Not on the watch list for me. This is painfully slow, and it's only 4 episodes. This should have been just a movie, like a 2-hour film that could have really taken this undercooked script and really done it together well. It just didn't quite work at all. So yeah, it is what it is. So that's off. Chew. I don't know if you got the chance to see this or not.
I did, and yeah, I'm like, I wish I did.
Yeah, I thought so.
It
Yeah, I
was.
figured.
I was like,
There's one more
come
I
on.
forgot to put on here, and that's I did get a chance to see Damsel on Netflix.
I did
Yeah,
not.
the Millie Bobby Brown film, a fantasy film where she's a princess who is going to get married off to another kingdom because her kingdom needs money, and unbeknownst to her, it's only the guise of actually a sacrifice that she's fed to this dragon, and now she's trying to survive, and whatever the case is. Not on the watch list, not a good film on the cook. Just want to mention that real quick. Kind of disappointing. I like Millie Bobby Brown, I do. But not even her 11 powers could save this movie at all. But that being said, let's go to our feature, and that is The Gentleman on Netflix. This was a Guy Ritchie production. Very good
Mhm.
director. He's got a very unique style, and this one here it's a sequel to the film a few years back. But you don't. This is a movie you don't have to see. A series you don't have to see the original movie, right? You can go into cold and it's fine, right? There's no very small tie-ins, what I remember, but nothing major at all. Basically a whole new set of characters. And this one here focusing on a young man. Yeah, I think he's in the army or something like that. And his father passed. His father has to be the duke or of something, whatever. I don't exactly say what it is. He's a duke. And he dies. He leaves all the his belongings and money and the mansion to him instead of his big brother, who's not happy about it. But then he discovers that his dad had an agreement with say a crime syndicate of marijuana, which they grow on the property. I'm going to have a deal, and now he's looking to get under that and trying to get rid of them. And the more he helps out, the more he goes on the rabbit hole. This is one scenario after another in his building. He finds himself not enjoying what he's doing, but now finding himself hard to get out of to get his family out of the situation. All these things on there with Guy Ritchie. You're gonna get a lot of outrageous situations, outlandish characters, very silly and dumb characters, but it works. This one was actually it's very entertaining, and it got better every episode. I think I'm 4 or 5 in. It's getting better, and these situations are crazier. He finds himself in there. But if you like Guy Ritchie, if you like, Snatch, something like Snatch, for example, it's along that vein. Sometimes it's hard to understand, because they are in London and stuff. Got like gypsies and et cetera, et cetera. But this is fun. It's very entertaining, man. It's a good little crime, comedy, I guess, if you can say it. And it's zany, and I'm fully enjoying it. Chewy?
No, absolutely, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of Guy Ritchie films. Snatch was a great heist film, essentially. Lock, Stock, Two
Lost, yeah,
Smoking
yeah.
Barrels, The Gentleman. I mean, these are movies that are very unique. His style is very unique, but it works, right? When it hits, it hits. I'm not sure this is actually a sequel. After watching, I
Well,
think I'm 3 or 4 in,
sure,
and
yeah.
it was billed as being in the same vein, same universe as the movie, but it really isn't. There is no. I mean, there's a similarity between the two, but I think this is not in any way related to the movie
And
itself because
yeah,
none of the characters in the movie,
exactly.
partake in this. So
And
it's
and
like
that's a
it's
and
like
that's
they
a good
took the
thing.
idea
Yeah,
of the
that's a
movie
good thing.
and made it into a TV
Yeah,
show, right? With the new set of characters, but not really no relation at
yeah.
all, aside from being that this takes place, across the pond, right?
Rockets upon, and
Uh,
obviously with the drug business and marijuana and
yes, yes.
et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Now there is an interesting, funny callback. Giancarlo
Oh, that's
Esposito
true.
is
That's right.
in
Yeah,
this series,
yeah,
and funny enough, he's rumored to be engaged in the meth business.
yeah.
Maybe he has a little history of that, maybe not.
that
I don't know.
that's fun. No, yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I saw.
So
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little on the nose callback.
That's right. Yeah, I saw. I laughed. I'm
Uh,
like, oh my god,
yeah, exactly.
that's good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Walter White, anybody? Anybody? But like I said, very good. Each episode gets funnier, gets better.
Yeah.
A lot of characters, lot of guest spots, actors, people you recognize from various movies and
Mhm.
shows, both U.S. and British
Yeah.
media. So it's a definitely. It's for me. It's a must watch because I can't keep. I want to keep watching the next episode.
No, yeah, I'm like, finding myself trying to not finish. I'm gonna probably finish it today because what the hell. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's very entertaining. I mean, I think if it's must watch, I maybe I don't know if I'm ready to say that. I gotta see how it ends. Like, I want to see how this whole thing ends before I'll go
Yeah.
that far. But it's definitely one you should definitely put to watch. It's very entertaining. Yeah, nothing you don't have to see the movie at all. So if one person asked me, I was like, dude, forget them.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it. You can go into
Yeah.
clean, and the other movie couldn't have existed. It wouldn't matter, right? But
Yeah.
it's fun. So
Exactly.
you get a good crime thriller that never takes us seriously, but not to the point where it's too serious. Because there's a lot of funny shit here, man. There really is, and it's just characters are just okay. It's kind of farcical at times, which but in a good way. Sometimes.
You got the drug grower, right? The weed grower.
Oh my god, yeah,
The cleaner. The cleaner. That's a
yeah,
character.
the cleaner, yeah,
All these bosses. I mean, the car dealer. I mean, it's like, good lord, man.
yeah. Well, good lord, that there's that the religious guy. There's a lot
Yeah.
of like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
interesting stuff on there. And the gypsies are fun. Yeah, it's a very fun show, very fun, entertaining show. I think it's 8 episodes. I want to say 8 episodes that it dropped.
yes, it's a
But yeah, this is definitely one you guys should definitely consider as far as probably no doubt the best release of the week for sure. That being said, let's go on to what's on next week, Chewy. That's all for this week. Next 2 weeks, actually, going to give you 2 weeks of shows. Next week is pretty big as far as number of releases and all that. We got on the 12th on Netflix. We got Turning Point documentary, The Bomb in the Cold War. I guess it's a docu series. Obviously talking about the events of the Cold War and things behind the scenes, and the nuclear bomb, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. On the 13th, the next day, we got Bandidos, Spanish show. Obviously, if you can know by the title, a heist show. So me and Chewy, of course, are in. I think it has
of course.
a group of bandits. Hello. I guess something has something to do with the Aztec treasure or something like that. I guess I don't know.
You
I
know,
think
I'm
or
not
Mayan treasure,
100%
something
sure.
like that.
Yeah,
But either way, it's a heist.
I think Aztec. I think there's a Mexican show, but
Yeah. So let's start looking forward to that one. Why not? The 14th, Amazon. We got, of course, part two of season two of Invincible. That's a must-watch show
mm-hmm,
as far as I'm concerned. That's dropping back on the
absolutely.
14th. Excited about that. Probably what 4 or 5 episodes, I guess. And that the second half,
Uh,
the first half is 5, so I assume it's 5.
so probably the second half is 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
but
it's
this,
10 episodes
yeah,
running.
but I think it's a weekly release, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
I hope
I think
so.
so. Next on Peacock. You don't I haven't said Peacock in a while.
Peacock.
They dropped their yearly show. Apples Never Fall. This was a drama. I think 7 episodes. Sam Neill, of course, from Jurassic Park fame, and about 10 minutes. I'm sorry, about 2 minutes in Alien Invasion on Apple Plus. Stars in this one. We have
What a bait and
the bait and
switch on
switch,
that
baby.
one, dude.
Yeah, because I guess based off a novel or something. That's like him and his wife are tennis coaches, tennis coach or whatever. She ends up, and the wife goes missing. Now the family trying to discover what happened and unveil some mystery with the family, something like that. That we'll give it a shot on the 14th as well. Back to Amazon as Frida, of course, a
A movie.
docu-film about, of course, the renowned surrealist painter
Artist.
artist, of course. On the 15th, we got on Apple Plus Manhunt. This looks interesting.
Yes, it
This
is.
is not really a documentary, right, per se.
No, no, no. This is a
It's
drama.
a drama, right? I heard it's kind of mix
Yeah.
of both, is what I heard. But
Not a docudrama like the History Channel one. Though.
okay,
This is straight,
straight. Okay. Yeah.
I would say again based on actual events, but it is
Well,
fictionalized for the
I
purpose of
assume
TV.
that I think that's the other words looking for. I was gonna bring up, but yes, I guess it's obviously about John Wilkes Booth after they shot Abe Lincoln. They're going
Yes.
after him essentially. I've actually heard pretty good things about this, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Again on Apple Plus, and on the same day, 15th, Iron Rain on Netflix. This is a Spanish show.
Yes, this
Crime
is.
drama, family who controls the
hmm
docks and drug trade, and I guess a
hmm
shipment comes in which derails everything, something like that. These are those hidden miss shows on Netflix, and who knows, right? But we're gonna give it a shot. The following week, not a big week, I'll give you a chance to catch up. We got Chewy's favorite show of all time. That's the X-Men animated show. I'm just kidding, nice favorite show. But I love that show back in the day.
Okay.
I
Hey,
love that. I'm
dude.
just kidding. I love X-Men. So X-Men
Okay.
'97, the continuation of that series on Disney Plus. If this was any
hmm
other network, I'd be excited. But Disney Plus,
Oh, come on,
let's
dude.
see. Look, this
Why you
if
hating,
it's not
dude?
called Percy Jackson, let's not get excited about anything that comes out of it. Let's be clear.
And not wait. Something wrong with Loki?
I guess.
Oh, dude,
I
you are the
guess. I guess.
worst,
I
dude.
guess.
Come on. Don't give me this I
I'm
guess,
just
dude.
saying.
Please.
Let's get X Men right. Let's worry about Loki another day. How about that? Just saying. On the 21st, we got this one. I think Chewie's very excited about. This show has Chewie's name written all over, and that's Three Body Problem. This, of course, is the sci-fi kind of show debut off on Weiss, of course, creators of
Off a book, yeah.
Game of Thrones. Is that I know they came over to Netflix. This is based again
And
on an
and
established
and they
property.
are not, I don't care how much Netflix pushes this advertising and slaps it on billboards. They are not the creators of Game of Thrones. Stop giving them credit for something they did not do.
Well, they
Okay?
did.
George R. R. Martin created Game of Thrones. They adapted it for television. And when it went from adaptation to inspiration, you know what happened, okay? That's something you should be disappointed about. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna pick this into the cows come home. They did not create Game of
They were
Thrones.
responsible
They did
for
not.
ushering in the Game of Thrones property
Okay,
into
yes,
live
they
television.
adapted. They adapted the books very well, and when there was no more books, they jacked it up worse than anyone could have possibly
There's
done.
no
Okay,
argument there, but we're now we're just arguing semantics and our creators. But
but well, no,
neither
it's not semantics. Did they create? Did they invent Game of
they
Thrones?
cre-
Did they write a
they
Game of Thrones book?
they created the
No,
TV show. The
no.
TV show.
And when they tried to create, okay, yeah, good, give them credit for that. Yeah, they created that disaster of an ending.
Well,
Absolutely, create a way.
I'll say this why we should be more positive on this because this is also based
Okay.
of a novel and prop IP. So
Okay, well, that's good. They're not creating this.
no,
Good.
they're adapting it as well. So when they adapt it, they've proven they can do it well. We've seen it, right? So as long as they stick to the script, that's fine. It's a sci-fi show
Yes.
that's actually got some positive buzz. This thing is premiered
hmm
one at the film festivals and stuff. They premiered 1, 2 episodes.
Yes.
So it's got a lot of positive buzz. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. If you're into sci-fi, and it's very heady from what I understand. So I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to this one.
Good.
The,
Well, that's good. I mean, I want good things from them. You know, I'm not trying to diss
no, I
them,
know,
but
but I get it. I get it.
I'm not anointing them kings of Game of Thrones when they
Well,
didn't
to be
actually
fair, they're not
create.
self-proclaimed. That's just Netflix throwing it down. Just
Well, no, well, this is
somewhere,
someone at Netflix,
sure.
someone somewhere decided, and I'm sure they said, "Oh, yes, 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 we don't mind." Okay, and not like you're
Well,
saying, "No, no, no, no."
listen,
They're not pushing back. No, no, that wasn't
if
us.
it's
You know,
Netflix,
please.
well, of course you're gonna say that you're trying to make money.
Okay,
Right or wrong, I
okay,
get it. I
sure.
can say, yeah, oh, hey, Game of
Yeah,
Thrones come to Netflix. Hello. So
yeah,
yeah, come on,
exactly.
man. Let's be fair. But yeah, it's not accurate. But let's be fair. So Roadhouse is the next one on the 21st on Amazon. Dalton, based off the cult classic in the 80s with Patrick Swayze. It's such a terrible but amazing movie all at the same time. You don't get those very often. So around, of course, you got Jake Gyllenhaal and what's this guy, the UFC fighter,
Colin
Conor
McGregor.
McGregor in this one. I saw one review that came out. I think they got preview, and it's they mentioned CGI fights. That already really concerns me big time. The C,
I think CGI
I'm saying the
fight.
CGI is bad and the fighting and all that. That's not a good thing. But it's one reviewer. Who knows, right? But I heard that I was like, ooh,
How do you CGI
it's very
fight?
possible. You see if people are jumping around.
Maybe
I've seen
maybe you
it.
put someone's face, maybe
I
sailing
don't know,
somewhere. I don't
but
know.
that line really disturbed me. With this,
Yeah,
I,
like this is like
yeah,
raw. I mean, it's just
right. There's no need for CGI in any kind of fighting, and with the
you
exception
would think
of a
not.
Marvel film for obvious reasons. But yeah, so whatever. But that's coming out on the 21st. I'm looking forward to see how bad it is, to be honest with you. And last one on the 22nd, we got a biopic on Shirley. It's called Shirley, starting
Mhm.
Regina King, who's come a long way since 227 back in the day. For those, all reference for those back around the 80s.
Yeah, we got deep,
That's a deep
deep
cut
cut.
right there.
God
Yeah,
damn.
buddy. So either way, so she's starring in the titular role. Shirley, I forgot her last name, but she was the first black congresswoman and
Yeah, back
presidential
in the
candidate.
'70s. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yes.
this one looks interesting. So those are the ones that are coming out. So again, big weeks, and we'll talk about those. Well, at least the first batch next week. But that being said, that is all for you guys. A lot of stuff to catch up. Watch The Gentleman, of course, before you watch The Gentleman, put on Warrior. Let's be clear. Just saying, give it a shot. All that being said, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.